Well, howdy, fellers. So, welcome back to the Teardrop build or something. So, this weekend, I know it's been a while. It's been like 5 or 6 weeks, I think, since I put out a video. But finally got back on the camper this last weekend, this weekend. And we got our exterior plywood going here. Kind of hard to see with the sun. But this one, I did a lot of screws on this one because the curvature, I didn't really have anywhere to clamp originally because this hole wasn't cut out yet. I had to figure out where that hole was going to have to be exactly because it doesn't match up with the inside exactly. So on this one, because of the curvature and the fact there was nowhere to clamp, I started with some cleats down low as a ledger to have something to put this on. Then I pre-drilled and screwed the bottom line, and then I was able to once that was established, then I was able to cut the edges a little bit shorter and then get lines in where all the studs were. And then I went up, did screws and the next stud up and then the next stud, but I had to use a bunch of straps just to get it curved initially, just to get it roughly in shape first. So I had a big strap going from here all the way to that corner, from here going all the way to that corner up there. And then I had a big 2x4 going across right here just to try and get that curve going initially. So again, started with a ledger and then screwed down, got the boards bent back a little bit, and then I got my chalk lines down and started doing the back and forth on those lines. And then once I was able to get that in place enough, then I could mark my holes for the window, for our air intake right here, for the vents. So that's for these inside vents here. Those little thingamabobbers there. I was able to mark out the rough opening for the window and left it a little tight, So then after I got that one done, I pulled it off. Got it all trimmed and sized, and I pulled it off and then glued everything down, got it back up, screwed it back in place, and then of course I went around with the staples and stapled the crap out of it. And even though the screws are spaced about 12 inches apart, I mean, with the amount of flex and everything, it still wasn't enough, so I definitely had to put the staples in there to try and get it all the way flat as possible. And then from there, I didn't have to do as many screws. I mean, I probably should have done a few, but I didn't. But I did a 2x4 cross up here, got the second one in place, and got my line of screws going to pull it down, and then I had to clamp up top. Now I finally actually had some places to clamp with, so I did a 2x4 across right here and was able to clamp this down, and did another one like right about Yahweh, whatever, right there. And same thing, I marked all of my positions of my studs, so I did the shock line across. And once I got it, you can see those marks and all those blue lines. So then I got it stapled all the way, and then of course after that we did our third sheet, and that pretty much ended the day yesterday. So this was, of course, the easiest one. The problem with this one is how do I glue it and then put it in place without smearing glue everywhere. So I decided to close the garage door. I had to anyway for the headroom. There's no way to work on this with garage door open. And then I ran a stud on top of my garage door runner, and then another one over there. So I had one 2x4 here, one 2x4 here, and then I used a couple cleats to space them evenly across the ceiling so they weren't flip-flopping and teeter-tottering. So I had a post sticking, touching the ceiling to keep them at the same level, kind of parallel-ish. And then I used some clamps to clamp this plywood up to the 2x4s. So I had 1, 2, 3 clamps on this side, 1, 2, 3 clamps on that side to hold it up. And then I glued all the studs with some construction. Oh, I forgot to clean up this glue. That sucks. It's easier to clean it up when it's wet. I wish I'd remembered to clean that up. When it's up, when it's wet, I just take a scraper, I scrape it, and then wipe it on a paper towel. That would have been a lot easier to deal with when it was wet. Anyways, what I did with this, again, I glued all the studs. I got one of these electric caulking guns. And then I went and dropped it back down in reverse order. So I started on this side at this clamp, and then I did that clamp, and then the middle, and then the side middle over here, and then that end, and then that end. So when I laid it back down, I did it in reverse order, hoping that the ply would go back into the same place. And it actually did work. That it was close enough where it was within a couple millimeters, really. So when I let go over there, it was right back where it should have been. And everything went back really nicely and easily. That was probably the smoothest I've ever done that. So then the next piece to do will have to be, we got our little mini shelves that go on the inside. But our next piece will be this piece, and this is going to be fun because our garage door is right in the way, our opener. So I might actually just take the garage door opener out because I'm not really using it right now anyway because of this, that, and the other reason. So I might just go ahead and just remove this so that I have the headroom, because I'm going to need it anyway to get down in that valley where the fan is, where that fan box is at. I'm really going to need that space right there. Plus I'm going to need the headroom just to staple it and stuff. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Probably disconnect the wires and break this apart and pull this whole unit out. And then just, I've already been doing the garage door by hand, so it's not a big deal. I think I'm going to do that and then get this place, get this piece mocked up, cut up, rough cut, all that good stuff, and then get this one glued down. And then after that, it's just these little pieces right there. But that fan channel is going to be the big event because it's in such a bad spot, so hard to work on. So really, I'm going to have to get that whole fan channel built out with the thin plywood skins first before I even put this piece on. So that's the next thing to do. But I might sidetrack myself though, because I'm really tired of this canvas hanging down. So I might go ahead and just start doing it and start back here and just trim it and get 2-inch. I want a 2-inch strip all the way, and then come over here and do the 2-inch strip. And once I do that, then I can actually start doing I'm going to get the weed cloth and do the same thing on all these like door seams and whatever you call them, reveals or whatever, frames, door frames. I need to get these all rounded over right here. Get these rounded over too and smoothed out and filled in wood filler and stuff, and start doing the weed cloth in all these door frames and stuff. So kind of excited, you know, we're getting to the point where the skin is almost done, which means the canvas can get going. And once the canvas is on, then we can paint it. And then, you know, painting it, we're pretty much not completely done with the outside because we're going to have to do, you know, light fixture spots and all kinds of lighting, little signal things and stuff. But I'm excited to get the canvas on and get this thing sealed up and watertight. So a lot more to do, but you know, just eating that elephant one bite at a time. So a little bit here, a little bit there, and you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles or whatever. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Is that what I meant to say? I guess so. So thanks for watching. Got everything cleaned up again. Thanks for watching, and you know, keep your stick in a check.